was mentioning earlier about, yesterday when we heard about the passing of OJ Simpson. It was a weird feeling. I was sitting at my desk when producer Billy came back and told me about it, and I didn't really have a reaction. It was kind of, I don't know, I didn't know how to react. There's part of me as a football fan who just removes all the other stuff, and as a football fan, I'm thinking, oh man, good, just a fabulous football player, obviously. Legend, if he wouldn't have had all the other stuff that he did. But then there's that part of me that thinks of all that stuff, and I just can't even be sad, But it did bring back a lot of memories because my kids were real little then, and it was one of those things that everybody was talking about, and the white Bronco, and we all watched it, and we all talked about the trial, and it was very divisive, and it split the country, and it was an unbelievable thing. Absolutely unbelievable thing that I'll never forget, for sure. I'll never forget. I can still see it in my head, all the different places where I was when things were happening. But one of the stories that, involved Canton right here was when his bust was stolen from the Hall of Fame. Y'all remember that story, right? Yeah. So there's an article in the Canton Repository that was written by Shane Hoover. And Shane, I'm gonna read the article that you wrote, kind of word for word, a little bit. So this is Shane Hoover's article from a few years back, 2020, I believe. And think about this. There are some details about that I forgot, but I couldn't stop laughing almost. But okay, so was it a mannequin's head? This road crew was working the litter patrol, and they pulled their vehicle onto the berm of I-77. This is up in Cleveland, near East 30th Street. Sure looked like a mannequin head, but one of the workers got out to take a look. He picked up the object. Of course, it was a head all right, but it was not a mannequin's head because it was way too heavy. It was made of bronze, and the face was unmistakable. The other guy said, "Oh, you found OJ. You found OJ," his crewmate told him. And he said, "Holy blank, it's him." And he looked at it, and so was solved the brief disappearance of OJ Simpson's missing Pro Football Hall of Fame bust. So the thief struck on Sunday, July 23rd, 1995. It was Kickoff Sunday, people. Kickoff Sunday, the start of the Hall of Fame festival. When everybody turns their eyes towards Canton. 1,300 visitors packed the Hall of Fame that day. And O.J. Simpson's was the most notorious of the 180 busts that were on display. People wanted to go see it. They wanted to see it. The former Bills and 49ers running back. He had been enshrined in 1985, waiting trial in California for the murders of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend Ron Goldman. After Simpson's arrest, the Hall put his jersey under glass to protect it, but they didn't take any safeguards so that his bust was not stolen. No one had ever tried to steal one of them or take it out, but it happened. Right before the Hall was to close, a visitor reported that his 35-pound bust was gone. They were all fastened to their displays to keep them from tipping over, but somebody worked it loose, put it in a duffel bag, and walked out. And Hall of Fame staff later discovered that the thief had escaped through the back door because this door's security system had been turned off for a construction project. Police released a sketch of the thief. Witnesses described him as a white male in his 20s or 30s with spiked blonde hair, and he had possibly a female accomplice. Crime lab dusted the bust for fingerprints and other evidence, but the thief was never found. Still a mystery, ladies and gentlemen. But less than 48 hours after the bust was stolen, Canton police then returned it to the Hall of Fame, dusted it for fingerprints, still could see it on there, but nope, didn't find it. Pete Elliott, remember, the Hall of Fame executive director at the time, says, "It's been a hectic couple of days. We're glad to have it back." A crowd of 100 onlookers clapped and chanted OJ while workers reattached the bust to its display with two 6-inch bolts. So it's the same bust that's on display right now. It has not happened again. Hopefully it will never happen again. Hall of Fame has tightened its security since then. The 300 and some odd busts are now firmly anchored to their displays, so it can't happen. There's more cameras, there's more alarms, a lot more is happening now. And since September 11th, 2001, bags are not allowed inside the Hall of Fame. So, yeah. And we all know he beat the murder rap in October, but lost the wrongful death lawsuit. He had to pay $33.5 million in damages to the Brown and Goldman families, but that money was never fully paid. Yeah, his Heisman Trophy from 1968 was auctioned off. Served 9 years in prison for that Las Vegas kidnapping and robbery. Said he was trying to recover sports memorabilia that was his. And his Hall of Fame bust, not among the items that was sold. It is still safe in Canton, where it will remain. But yeah, that was the details about the bust. OJ's head laying on the side of I-77. Anyway, thank you, Shane Hoover, for writing that in the repository a few years back. I just wanted to share that with everybody to kind of jog your memory about it, because I remember covering the news story and it was pretty incredible at the time. So yeah, just one of those memories about OJ passing away at the age of 76.